In the high-tech, high-stakes world of modern aerospace, the image of a NASA astronaut donning a gleaming orange pressure suit before launch is iconic. These suits, technological marvels in their own right, are engineered to sustain human life in the lethal vacuum of space and high-altitude flight. Every detail, from the sealed visor to the temperature regulation system, has a singular goal: survival in an environment humans were never meant to inhabit. But this vision of human flight safety had its genesis not just in the 1950s space race, but much earlier, during the final, desperate years of the Second World War in Nazi Germany. One little known yet pivotal step toward modern flight safety was the Leichter Druckanzug, or Light Pressure Suit Model 229, developed for one of the most futuristic aircraft of the era, the Horten HO-229. In the closing chapters of World War II, German aeronautical innovation reached unprecedented extremes. Among the boldest visionaries were the Horten brothers, Walter and Reimar Horten, Luftwaffe officers and self-taught aircraft designers obsessed with the potential of flying wing technology. Eschewing conventional fuselage and tails, they sought maximum aerodynamic efficiency and minimal radar cross-section, concepts that would later become standard in stealth aircraft. Their brainchild, the Horten HO-229, was a revolutionary jet-powered flying wing constructed mostly of wood and composite materials. War isn't won by numbers, it's won by tactics. Uncover the battlefield secrets of the German army in my new book series. Links in the description. Equipped with two Junkers Jumo 004 jet engines, the Horten HO-229 was Germany's first jet aircraft with low radar visibility and the potential to fly faster and higher than most Allied fighters. It was in many ways a machine decades ahead of its time. However, speed and altitude came with a price: pilot survivability. The HO-229's potential flight ceiling approached altitudes where the thin atmosphere would render a pilot unconscious in seconds. Although the envisioned production models were to be fitted with pressurized cockpits, the prototypes had no such feature. The Luftwaffe and the Horten team understood that if testing was to continue at higher altitudes, pilot safety had to be addressed immediately. They turned to the Drägerwerke, a Lübeck-based company specializing in medical and breathing apparatus technologies. Founded in the 19th century, Dräger had by the 1940s become a leader in respiratory protection, supplying equipment, mainly Tauchretter or escape breathing apparatus, to the German Navy. In 1944, at the request of the Luftwaffe High Command, and likely in consultation with the Horten team, Draeger developed the Leichter Druckanzug Model 229, a lightweight pressure suit tailored specifically for the Horten test program. It featured integrated air pressure regulation, a sealed helmet interface, and mobility enhancements for control inputs within the tight cockpit of the new flying wing. Though primitive by modern standards, it was a serious step toward aerospace-grade pilot protection and unique in being purpose-built for a prototype aircraft. The only known pilot to wear the Leichter Druckanzug was Oberleutnant or First Lieutenant Erwin Ziller, a test pilot assigned to the Horten program. Ziller was an experienced glider pilot, disciplined and familiar with Germany's cutting-edge aircraft, making him the ideal candidate for the flight of the new prototype. Between December 1944 and January of 1945, he made test flights in a Horten 9 V1, and from February of 1945, Ziller started test flights in the Horten 9 V2. On the 18th of February 1945, during his third test flight, disaster struck. Shortly after takeoff from Oranienburg airfield, one of the jet engines failed. Ziller attempted to recover but lost control. The prototype crashed violently, and Ziller died instantly from the impact. Whether or not the pressure suit offered any marginal protection in the fatal crash is unknown, but what is certain that he was the first and only person ever to fly in the Model 229 pressure suit. With his death in February, the program effectively ended. The Leichter Druckanzug and the Horten 229 both belong to a class of German wartime technologies that were as brilliant as they were doomed. The suit never entered production, and no further pilots were equipped with one. The Horten project was shelved as Germany collapsed, and its surviving airframes were seized by Allied forces, one of which now rests in the Smithsonian in the United States. Yet the pressure suit developed for Ziller represents a crucial moment in aviation history. It is a tangible, tragic intersection of human ambition and human limitation. Long before the astronauts, long before the Cold War space race, and long before stealth entered the military lexicon, there was a wooden jet, a visionary team of brothers, a pressure suit, and one brave man who wore it, flying alone into the unknown. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.